Okay, it's time for Miss Ticky to have a feed. How you doing, girly? Huh? Yeah, you're nice and filled out now, huh? Yeah, I see that pupil. I know, I see that. I see that. Look what I got. Look what I got. Yeah, yeah, we're interested, all right. Are you camera shy, huh? How come you haven't hammered that poor rat? There we go. Hey, right in the midsection. There, is that realistic enough for you? Don't try to eat it sideways like that. That would be not terribly effective. Hi, Gabby. It's not your turn. And how's the poop situation in there, girly? Any surprises? No? I've noticed that East Africans seem to defecate more than the West African Gaboons. I don't know why that is, but you know, I have noted that that is the case. Down a little bit and see if we can move this in for a little bit of a close-up. That's about 6 inches or so, or 125 millimeters or so. Since her cage is at the bottom here, it's much easier for me to set it up on the tripod and move it around rather than handhold it. Partially because I don't like getting my hand that close to her. She has her moments where I don't know if it's feeding response or just get the hell out of my face response, but she takes a swing at me periodically. And it's very, very scary when Gaboons strike at you. Perhaps the certainly one of the snakes that I fear a bite the most from in my collection, and believe me, I've got lots of nasties here. Getting bit by a Gaboon is pretty darn close to worst case scenario. Hey, I see Spike coming over here to say hello. Hi, Spike. I'm going to be doing some chicks later, and we all know how Spike likes chicks. So that will be Spike's treat today. Some Betty Baby big fangs. Oh, left a big hole there. very nice, aligning with the camera like that. Good girl, you're sort of working the rodent around. You can see her big trachea there at the bottom in the bend in the rodent. So taking a big couple of breaths and get some air in her system, and then continue to work the meat hooks, working the rat down the chute. Well, that's not the most ideal alignment, but seems to be working for her. You know, these guys, once they grab something, they're not going to let go. Hence some additional fear of being bitten, because it may not be such a quick bite and release. You know, if they hang on to you, I don't care if you got anti-venom or not on hand, you are probably not going to make it. And there have been fatalities of gaboons kept in captivity. Well, fatalities caused by gaboons kept in captivity. Trutnow, if that's how you pronounce it, I'm sorry if I mangled his German name. But he has Venomous Snakes in a Terrarium, a very good book. He describes a friend who got bit by a gaboon in captivity, basically cut his hand off that was bitten, went to the hospital, got anti-venom, and still didn't survive the bite. So these are truly very scary snakes. A lot of people keep them. A lot of people take them for granted as far as their being docile or not. I've seen people free handle these. Oh my God, is that insanity? In my opinion, yeah, you know, you might be able to get away with it. One of these days, you know, the snake is going to be in a bad mood and you're not going to know it, or something's going to startle the snake and it's going to react as a wild snake would react, which they really are. I don't care how long they've been in captivity. One of my favorite sayings is, you can take an animal out of the wild, but you can't take the wild out of the animal. And that's absolutely true. None of these snakes can be tamed. The best you can hope for is that they've become docile towards you. And that's basically what I hope to achieve with all my animals. Not necessarily the case, because some animals don't even get even close to being docile. Take the macrovipera and the puff adders, for instance, and I could probably name a few others, but I think that makes my point. Now we're going to do a nice fang extension. Huh? You should after a big bite like that. Now why do all these gaboons turn and face away from the camera when they're getting ready to do this, huh? Oh, that's a good girl. Come on. Come on. And don't whack my camera, please. I've seen several snakes this morning yawn at my presence. No, that doesn't mean that I bore them, haha. It just means that they're sort of exercising their venom apparatus, signaling to me that, gee, it would be very nice if you brought me something to eat. Although there's very few snakes here that are regulars that aren't well fed. Now don't you even think of whacking my camera. I will be very unhappy if you do that, but I'll be happy at the same time that my fingers aren't really attached to it, simply because of the reasons I just discussed a few minutes ago. Are you not going to do that? Are you done? Or are you thinking that I've got something else for you? Huh? I know, I see your little eye moving around. I see that eye moving around. Miss Ticky here has a head thing that she does with me, not a bob like our rhino friends, but it's just basically she'll pick it up and slowly move it side to side, just like she's sort of doing now, because I'm doing it behind the camera, and you can't see that because I don't have the second camera running. But you know, biddies of one shape or form seem to all have some sort of head movement that they do in some sort of communicative movement. Well, are you smiling for the camera? Huh? Well, that was unusual. I've never seen one just sort of hold their mouth open and not open really, really wide. Yeah, I know. I know. Was that tasty? Huh? Was that tasty? Yeah. You can be pretty tricky, though. You can be very tricky, so I keep my distance from you, even more so than Gabby. But she's a lightweight compared to Gabby. Gabby is a huge monster who recently lost about 2 pounds or 3 pounds worth of weight all at one time. And she actually, just after shedding, relieved her bowels and had to get a local backhoe in here to clean it out. Yeah? Is that so, huh? Well, come on, let's not keep everybody waiting. It looks like, you know, you're not quite happy with the way those are folded in there. So why don't you just give it a nice big stretching and let everybody be happy. Huh? See, I just did the head, I did a similar motion back here, and she responded. And I still see her moving her jaws around a little bit, so it's maybe a chance that she'll do an extension for you. I'll do the head raise right now. Nope, didn't work that time. Well, I've got other things to do there, Ticky, so I will let you relax and enjoy your oneness with the rodent. Okay? Certainly not going to put my fingers near there.